Hi Aries, this is Victoria and this is Purple Heart Oracle, and we're going to be doing your monthly read for the month of June. I'm going to be doing freestyle, so I'm going to be looking at some details on the situation, and then I'm going to be taking other cards to suit any clarifications as well. And I would really like to for you to comment, like and share my videos whilst I'm just shuffling. There isn't any time limit on these, so they're going to either last a bit longer or they're going to be short reads. It really just depends what comes out for you. So I'm just going to read the energies and see what's going on for you. At the end of the read, you're also going to get an opportunity to ask your own question, which I'm going to answer via the angel answer card. So please feel free to think of a question right now that I will answer at the end. Right, so first of all, you've only had 3 cards come out. Now, I don't really take reversals. So the first card you have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, in this card normally, because I read these intuitively, so I see that there's some sort of defensiveness that's going on towards an energy that's coming towards you, or maybe you're being defensive. Obviously, the energies can be interchangeable. And I see that there's some confusion or multiple options that are going on. Now, whether or not your person is considering other options or you're considering other options, but there's definitely some defensiveness in these decisions that are going on. And it looks like, you know, someone is looking to cut out someone in this situation. So the Queen of Swords is someone who's been through a lot. They're looking to, you know, they won't stand there and take any crap, basically. They will cut things out if they need to. So there seems to be some heavy emotions going on at the moment, to do with multiple options that are going on. Now, obviously, this is a love channel, so I'm going to base this on love. But I'm going to try and clarify some of these cards to see what they're about. So could you tell me about the Knight of Pentacles, please? I might be able to dig it a little deeper for you. Okay, so, right, okay. This is to do with movement, the Chariot. And so I see that someone's taking a stance. This is how I'm reading this. I think that this is a defensive stance. And this is almost like, we're not going to move forward till you make a decision. That's what I'm seeing. So it's like, whatever's going on, it's like you're defending your corner or your person's defending their corner, and there's not going to be any movement until a decision's made on these 7 of Cups. I'm going to clarify what this 7 of Cups is. So if you could clarify and give me any information. Right. This is to do with whether or not someone's walking away from a situation. It could be something that's happening right now. As I said, this is in the month of June, but this could have happened. It could be happening now, or it could happen in the future. But there's some type of loss that's happened, and someone's trying to make a decision, or there's some confusion about whether this should be walked away from to pastures new, or maybe it's a decision to leave something behind and to move towards you. So that's what this is clarifying, what the confusion is about. So I hope that makes some sort of sense. Let me just clarify this Queen of Swords. Please, could you clarify the Queen of Swords for me, please? I hope I can get some more information. So, I mean, as I said, generally, this is about someone who's been through a lot and generally just ready now to, because someone wants to be victorious over this situation. There needs to be a higher ground. Someone, in order for this situation to move to the next level, there has to be this decision. It's like, you know, are we going to cut our losses? Are we going to cut this person free? Am I going to cut this person free in order to have victory? So, you know, it's like one way or another, something has to give, you know. There needs to be a decision that's made. And yes, it is going to be harsh, but in order to move forward, sometimes you might have to make these sorts of decisions to cut things off, to move forward. As difficult as it is, you know, things will never change if they keep going round and round in circles. At the bottom of the deck, you've got Queen of Pentacles. And she's a very stable person. She's, you know, she's quite motherly, but she's also, you know, she can stand on her own 2 feet. She doesn't really need any help. And so this is a difficult situation to be in, because this doesn't make you very stable. So maybe this whole thing that's going on is causing, you know, will cause unstableness unless it's resolved soon. So I see that a decision has to be made soon enough. So I hope that makes some sense to you, Aries. Right, so I'm going to, I'll pull a romance angel, actually, see if I can get some information from these. So for the month of June for Aries, please could you give me some more information about this situation, please? The situation that we're in for Aries, please, for the month of June. Please and thank you, angels. Ooh, oh, wow. Okay, you've got 3. So, being told to keep an open mind, your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. Now, I see this, that, you know, it's like cutting off this person might be the last thing on your mind, but there might be something more waiting for you. And maybe that's why you can be victorious if this is dealt with. I don't like to advise to go and cut people off. That's your decision. But ultimately, it's saying keep an open mind, because there's sometimes things hidden that you can't see. And there's things that divinely are guided to help you out. So, Aries, definitely keep an open mind in this situation. We've got release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Well, you know, this could be about releasing this person. You know, obviously they're not your ex yet, but maybe if you're not together, or maybe it's you know, someone you're thinking of releasing. It could be that it's saying you need to clear your energy, get rid of this confusion and move forward. But either way, I always think that it's important for you to take a step back and clear your energy, release those energies that you have. It's not always about clearing it because of a person, but generally clearing it because you don't know what sort of negative energies that you've received or got from this scenario. So sometimes it's good to just clear it down, start again, meditate, clear your chakras, so you can, you know, and just sit with yourself and see what the best way forward is. And then we've got calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations and visualizations help bring you together. So maybe this isn't your soulmate, and maybe there's someone waiting on the horizon, but you need to make this step forward and take this risk. Again, you know, this is just the energies that are coming out. So, you know, if you don't want to move forward, if you don't want to release this person, then don't, you know, but ultimately things cycle out either way. They get harder and harder and harder. So this is just saying that, you know, you are calling in your soulmate. So maybe something has to end before it can begin with someone new. Right, I hope that makes some sense to you. Bottom of the deck, actually, we've got deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Is that you, Aries, or is that your person? Someone being deceptive? Maybe that's one of the reasons you're in this position. Just a bit of a tip there, if that's come out, because that's on the bottom of the deck. I'll leave these like this. So, right, I'm just going to see now what emotions are tied in with this. So, for Aries, please, for the month of June, please could you give me some ideas of what emotions are involved at this time, so they can help to give a good picture of the reading, please. Thank you, angels. All right, that one wants to come out. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Gosh. hard to shuffle because they're big. Big cards really annoy me. Right. See if anything else is coming out. Right. Wow. Okay, so we've got freedom. You are releasing any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness. So what was, this is relating back, I think, to, you know, releasing something. Don't worry, because souls are about freedom. Souls are about being yourself, being free. Nothing should be holding you back and restricting you. If you're feeling confused and restricted, you need to release that, because those are just going to hold back your true soul. So, you know, you've got to realise, you know, like this says about perceived limitations, a lot of these limitations you see in your life are not real. They're fears. They're something that's buried deep within, and you have to change your beliefs in order to move forward. But remember that you can always free yourself of these constraints. They're not really there. There's something in your mind. And compassion. You demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. Now, I just think with the compassion is, let me just... I think with this card, what sort of stands out to me is that you have to, in order to get passion, you may have to show compassion to other people, because it's kind of like when you're showing compassion for someone else, it's showing how you really feel about a situation yourself. If you're, you know, if you don't understand what someone else is going through, then how can you live that in your own life and have people that can give you compassion and live that passion, you know, if that makes sense. But I just see that passion is standing out to me, and that you do have to be compassionate of other situations so that they can be compassionate towards you as well in the future, because you've got to realise that everyone goes through a very similar thing in their lives. So you have to sometimes put yourself in their place, and just be as passionate towards them about that situation as you would expect them to be passionate towards you in that same situation. So that's what I'm saying about the passion bit that's standing out, because if people don't show you, they're not passionate about your situation, then how can you return that favour in the future? That's, you know, that's just how I'm reading the card. So I don't know whether that makes sense to you. Right, okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm using some new cards this week, and they're called Crazy Sexy Love Notes. And I'm going to give you one of these. I'm going to give you another oracle card, and then we're going to read an angel answer for you. So for Aries, please, could you give me a card for some advice for the month of June, please? Please and thank you, angels. Please and thank you. Oh, okay. It's time to stop procrastinating. Oh my God. Right. Your current obligations and responsibilities can no longer be put off. Chop, chop. It's time to buckle down and do the work. The resolution and abundance you seek requires action. Ignore naysaying voices. Believe in yourself. You can do this. Procrastination often comes from the fear that you can't. You'll be so relieved and proud when this is behind you. Oh my God, guys, this is just talking about fears again. And what I just said about fears. So if you can, this would be great. Like, this makes sense to me, that this, you know, it's saying don't procrastinate over this for long. There needs to be movement. Don't sit in this confusion. Make a decision, take a risk and move forward. That's exactly what we just said. Remember, everyone can be free. Okay. I'm just going to pull you one of the Wisdom of the Oracle. Please could I have a card for Aries for the month of June. Some guidance, please. Right, I'll split the pack. Okay, you got mending in reverse. Just grab the book wherever that's gone. Give me 1 second. I think I know where I've put it. No. Sorry, I left it in the other room, guys. Right, sorry about that. Okay. Number 52, and it's in reverse. Okay. When it's in reverse, I have to just read the protection part. Otherwise, I would read the love part. Okay. So heartbreak is a strange healer of souls. Our grief strips away our masks and loosens our tight hold on separateness, where we live ourselves as I and the world as it. Loss allows us to see ourselves as part of a larger scheme, opening us up to sympathy, empathy, and the dependence on others in the moment when we can't hold ourselves together. And it leads us to become one with a greater whole again. Pain and suffering is part of life, and none of us will be immune to it. Can you view this loss, this pain, this dissonance as a way to back to source? Let your sorrow break your heart wide open. You will never be left behind. You are loved, now more than ever, by Spirit, who does not want you to feel alone. One day you will look back and know this truth. I think that I take this as it talks again about masks in here, you know, like this deception. Are we just kidding ourselves in staying in a situation that we know is not going to work? Sometimes, you know, moving on from loss can lead us to greater things. And, you know, in order to go through pain is only to know what love purely is. So we have to go through the opposite sometimes to realise what we have when we have it. So this is mending in reverse, but it's such a beautiful card. And I do think that maybe you are going through some heartbreak. Maybe this is what it's all about, and you not wanting to take the plunge because you know that it may lead to, you know, some time on your own. But remember that the universe has always got your back, and whatever is meant to happen will happen anyway. So yeah, embrace loss just as much as when you find someone. So now, finally, guys, we're going to go on to the angel answers, and I hope that you've thought of a question that you want answered, because I'm now going to ask the angels. So please think of it. Pause the video if you need to, while I just shuffle an answer. So please give me the answer to what Aries wants to know the answer to. Please give me an answer for the month of June for Aries. Gosh, okay. These cards are really hard to shuffle, guys. Sorry. And still think of an answer, a question. Oh, okay, you got two. Big happy changes. The situation will improve. So whatever you asked, there will be some big happy changes here. The situation will get better. So maybe, you know, this is take the leap. I don't want to tell you what to do in a situation, but according to the angel answers, it says that the situation will improve. There will be big happy changes from however the universe wants this to end. So I really hope that you enjoyed my reading. Please could you like, subscribe and share, but please hit the thumbs up button. It really helps my channel grow, and I'm still new, so I'd really like it, and I very much enjoy it. So if you could help me out, I'd really appreciate it. So thank you very much for watching Aries, watching, and I will see you again next month.